And how many cars do you currently have?
59? If I sold everything I own for the fair price, I would have a lot more than $1 billion. Well, no, that's why I have Ferraris and they don't. That's why I now have 33 Ferraris. So it's interesting because
I think you've turned over billions, but I don't think you've got a net worth of $1 billion.
Well, how do you calculate net worth? Net worth is semi-subjective. Would you agree?
Assets minus liability.
Okay, so we have assets minus liabilities, but then let's say your assets are companies, or let's say your assets are a brand. Then it becomes subjective.
Yeah, well, it becomes what someone will pay for it at the time if you sell it.
Okay.
Which isn't subjective in the moment.
Oh, well, that's right. But I've never tried to sell my companies, but a lot of people go, oh, my company's worth $1 billion. It's actually worth cool. Correct. You're completely right. So this is why I'm talking about how it's subjective. So then what you can do is you can go online and you can look at previously sold.
Or multipliers.
Multipliers. That's right. So let's say I had a tech company. Let's say I had an online educational platform that turned over $150 million a year at 80% profit, let's say. Mm-hmm. And let's say
in the real world, let's say you did
let's say I had that.
Yeah.
Right? And then you would say, well, the standardized tech multiplier is 6 or 7, especially with a margin like that. Well, that's $1 billion company.
But it's not a personal $1 billion net worth.
Well, it's $1 billion company that's owned by me.
Tristan has no share in it?
Shares. You're thinking inside the matrix. Shares. Shares. No one owns it on paper. It just exists. It's just there. If I sold everything I own for the fair price, I would have a lot more than $1 billion. So if you want to talk about hard assets like real estate, cars, land.
Let's do that. Let's do that then. How much real estate have you got?
The Matrix is after me. They took everything from me. Decal took it all.
You said to me everything. You told me to come to Romania and bring everything.
But Decal took everything, of course. But I actually worked this. It's funny you asked me this question because my brother and I worked this out only a week and a half ago. We were like, if you know what you have, you ain't got much. What do we have?
But surely you track your net worth every year.
No.
Why not?
Because if I want something.
You cannot master what you do not measure.
If I want something, I just buy it. If I want a $5.4 million Pagani to go with a Pagani penthouse that costs $29 million, then I just buy both. I just buy them. Buy that. I just send a message to the competent authority. Purchase. And it's done. I have hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate.
Right.
But I'm not going to say where it is.
I didn't ask you that, though.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I wouldn't ask you that.
I have hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate. Well, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. There is a company owned by a trust fund, owned by a company that has hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate, which I have access to.
Okay. And how many cars do you currently have?
59? I think I bought another one yesterday.
What was that?
It was only a Huracan Technica, but it was the last one off of the production line. Yeah. So I thought I'll buy it.
So what's the 59 cars worth?
Well, let's try and work this out. I have a Rimac Navara.
Is that on order?
No, it's finished. Right. Just needs collecting, but yeah, I'm on judicial control. I cannot leave Romania. That's around 5 million. I have the Bugatti around 5 million. I have two Chimeras ordered. They were 5 million each. I got Jesco, that's 5 million. So that's 5 cars. We're already at 30 million.
Why 2 Chimeras?
Because I spec'd it and I couldn't decide which color. Right. It was between the two. Yeah. And I thought, well, I'm not a brokey. Let's pop it.
Right. What's the Koenigsegg process of buying? It must be a pain in the ass. Like,
I guess it
wait list, all that.
For the average man, perhaps, yeah. When you're Andrew Tate, when you look at what I've done for the Bugatti brand. Think about it.
Do they like you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't like me in traffic or whatever. But I guarantee the word Bugatti has been said more in the last 2 years than was ever said in its entire history. Yeah. If I say to Koenigsegg, I want Chimeras, they're like, yes, sir.
So they like you?
I think so.
Yeah. Are there any car brands that won't sell to you?
No, of course not.
Are there any watch brands that won't sell to you?
Of course not. Everyone loves me, Rob. This is a psyop. There's a psyop that I'm some disliked person. Every single person likes me all of the time. I've yet to have a negative interaction.
There must be one pissed off girlfriend, ex-girlfriend that doesn't like you. Well, no one is liked by everyone.
I'm sure Decal tried very hard to find her. I was walking to school. I was walking to Sixth Form College in Luton. I was 16, 17 years old. And I used to have to walk about an hour each day to school. And it was raining and I was walking. And I was walking with 3 of my friends in a Ferrari. It was an F430, I think. Pulled up at the...
That was my first Ferrari. That one.
Yeah. Pulled up at the lights. Made a bunch of noise. And I was standing there and I watched it. And then the light went green and he just tore off. I said to my friends, I was like, bro, how do we get Ferraris? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, my mom is on a council estate, single mother. She raises 3 kids on 300 pounds a month. We can barely afford food. He has 200 grand for a car, liquid for a car. Something is broken. None of the teachers at school have Ferraris. None of our university professors have Ferraris. No one else I know has a Ferrari. What do we have to do to break the matrix and find the money? This is all a lie. I want a Ferrari. And my friends were like, don't know. That's why I have Ferraris.
Wrong friends.
Well, no, that's why I have Ferraris and they don't. That's why I now have 33 Ferraris. Because I was envious. I was envious of this man. Most people don't care.
But you turned envy into learning how to figure it out.
Well, I turned envy into anger, and anger is power. But what we have people doing now, because they don't believe in themselves, because the matrix has dampened their soul when they feel envious, because they want to level the playing field, which is all envy is. Instead of trying to elevate themselves, they try and drag others down. So when people look at my life and they're envious of me, what they should say is, he's truly from the most humble possible socioeconomic beginnings. He is a person of color from a council estate, a single mother household. He is the bracket of criminal, human trafficker. He's at the bottom, and he made it up to the highest echelons. He's on the phone with Elon Musk and is a billionaire. But truthfully, what do you need? You need a phone and a laptop. You need a place to live. That's life. And then you have some clothes, you have some watches, and you have some cars, and that's it. There's literally nothing else to buy, so I just buy them all because I'm doing okay. That's it. That's why. And 7 cars is actually a very responsible, sensible number of cars to have. Yeah. You're a very responsible, sensible man.
I don't know I want any more. I think I'm like, for me, too many women. I couldn't handle 11 wives. No, I can't handle 1. But yeah, 7's a good number.
It is. And yeah, I guess I'm just, I wouldn't say irresponsible, it's the wrong word.
Are you a hedonist?
No, I don't think I am. But I don't know if you
So you don't seek any pleasure from it. It's not like...
I spoil myself with cars. I feel like if I'm going to go through all this stress and all this pain.
So it's a representation of your self-worth, of yourself. I feel I'm worthy and I want to reward myself.
I just feel you know what? I don't even drive them. If I have to analyze it, what I truly think it is, I think it's because it's most men's dream. Most men's dream is a Lamborghini, let's say. And they have to save and they have to finance it and work out how they're going to pay for it. And they have to get the garage for it. And it's a big deal. So by me trivializing that big deal, it highlights to me the echelon of my life. If I walk into a car dealer and say, what have you got right now? Oh, this and this. Okay. Don't ask the price. Don't care what it is. Don't care what it costs, and pay for it. And then leave it at the dealership for 4 months before eventually it collects on a truck, because I never pick it up, and it goes into some storage unit somewhere. It's like I get other people's dreams with ease. I take their dream scenario and I trivialize it into just, okay, I don't even want it. And I think that's what I enjoy about it. It's kind of like...
That is hedonistic.
It's kind of like a man's in love with a supermodel. Oh, I love the supermodel, and he writes on her Instagram, and these dudes, this is real. A man's in love with a girl on Instagram. She's got 3 million followers and she's beautiful, and he's liking her posts and writing underneath it, and he's inboxing her and she's not replying, and he's obsessed with her, and I'm like, yeah, okay, coffee. Fine, Tuesday. Do I really want to talk to her? No. But this man wants it so bad that I have to make it so ridiculously easy. I guess it's kind of like a peacock putting up his feathers, you know? Or a lion saying, don't come near my territory, don't come near my tree, or I'll annihilate you. It's the same in a fiscal stance. So I just take other people's dreams and I reduce them to nothing, to dust.